So in this session, we're going to walk you through how you can set everything up I just showed for your departments, divisions in your organization, and we'll show you how we do this ourselves within Microsoft.
Great, thanks, Melissa. Hi, everyone. My name is Sam Crutzen. I'm a program manager in Core Services Engineering, which is formerly known as Microsoft IT. I'm a program manager working on the modernization of our internal sites, and I'm super excited to be here with you today. So the first thing I wanted to do is kind of set the ground for the things we're going to talk about with respect to the Microsoft environment. And the first thing is this slide. The big takeaway from this slide is we're big. We're not the biggest in the world. There's a couple of customers bigger than us. But as you can see, we've got 250,000 sites globally. And the thing that I would really like to share with you, and I'm going to draw your attention to, is we're already at 74% modern sites. So this is modern groups-based team sites and communication sites. The internal user base is really jumped on to the modern train bandwagon, and it's hard not to see why. You get, number one, a much easier build experience for your average user. You get accessibility by default. That's actually one of our initiatives internally, is that every site has to be accessible for those with visual impairments. We get responsive design by default. No need to do some extra work or apply a site design that has that built in. So modern sites have been a great success, but communication sites in specific are excellent as well. So you can see we've got about 57% of all of our publishing type sites are now communication sites. And so your average user, your average small to medium sized team has really been adopting in a big hurry. Now, that number could be bigger. So why isn't it bigger? Well, until just recently, we've had some challenges, and maybe a lot of you have had the same kind of challenges. The communication site was missing some key things that a lot of big portals really have come to expect. Things like mega menu, shipped. Things like more control over branding, shipped. They want a footer, and then they want a thick footer, shipped and gonna ship. So really, we're about to turn that corner to where we start rebuilding our biggest portals, and I'll show you some of those here in just a second. So one of the things that caused us to get so big is that we enable self-service site creation at Microsoft. We allow our employees to create their own sites through, of course, SharePoint Home and the other entry points in Teams, Outlook, etc. And what this means is, we're getting out of the way of our users and reducing the amount of friction that we cause in terms of allowing them to do their jobs. They need a site for a project, great. They need a site for a team or maybe post-reorganization, great. IT does not need to get involved. We are out of the way in that process. Now, I know a lot of IT departments don't work like that. So let me talk about the other side. So, one of the things we fear, just like a lot of you fear, is the sprawl and leakage and all the bad things that can come from doing that. So our approach there is we do apply some governance. It's not in scope for this talk, although I will mention we're in Theater 5 a little bit later today, so if you want to talk more deeply about governance, we'll be there at around 1. But what I will say is we do have, of course, governance tools running, DLP, site expiration, lifecycle management, and all that kind of good stuff to make sure that nothing bad happens in our environment. And then finally, one of the things that we see as a big piece of our governance strategy is the site design. So that's something we're rolling out right now. Gives a lot of control over branding, who's in the ownership for a site, and so on. So that's a little bit about us. So what that, before hub sites, the next outcome of allowing our site owners to self-service site create is that things just kind of spring up, and it leads to a little bit of chaos. Sometimes the various feature teams, they'll spin up a site for a short-term project. An IT team will spin up something for an initiative that they're working on, and so on, and that leads to a little bit of chaos. And one of the things that we're really excited about is how hub sites can bring order to that chaos. So you take the chaos and you add a hub site, and then you associate those sites together. And so now you've brought order to the mess. You've brought common branding. You've brought some of the stuff that Melissa's going to talk around branding, search aggregation, and so on. Hub sites are also flexible, so this is not a permanent situation. If the org changes, unlike subsites where that was kind of a major exercise to kind of pull that thing out and put it somewhere else, great. If you have a reorganization or a change, you just reassociate. You disconnect from the existing hub site, you can't connect to the new hub site, and bam, you made a change that's flexible to your organization. So that's a little bit about the Microsoft environment. I'm going to hand back to Melissa. She's going to go in a little deeper on hub sites.
So the modern intranet, as you've probably heard this week, is about informing and engaging people and harnessing the collective knowledge. And hub sites are, like I said before, a major component of this. Linking related team sites and communication sites together based on project, department, region, division, what best fits your organization to kind of help your organization work more productively across any number of sites. Now, you're probably familiar with this slide from last year, and I'm super excited to show you some updates that I highlighted, kind of show you the new stuff that's coming. But if we want to talk about, for those of you who have not seen it, kind of let's break down what actually is in a hub site. So first, it's a communications destination in its own right that serves as the home for the shared content, and that's what we call the hub site. An aggregated bottoms view of news, now events, activity sites, and ability to search across not only the site or the tenant, but all the sites within a hub, to really kind of scope that search. As well as a consistent look and feel with ability to kind of set a theme that goes across your hub. And now not just that, but also the site designs, which we'll talk more about, will help you structure that common IA. And we're excited to also show you that this ability to create sites directly from your hub, as well as enable hub join approvals. And last but not least, we're keeping true to what we talked about last year. Admins create them, hub site, but site owners use and adopt them by joining their sites to them. So let's jump into a demo and show you one in practice. So I'm back at the sales division hub, and again, you see that hub nav at the top, but we kind of went through that. So this time, we're going to really focus on the homepage of the hub. And this is kind of like the recommended web parts that we say, hey, if you're going to take advantage of hubs and you're going to take advantage of all the roll-up content, this is what we kind of suggest. So the first one that we come across is news. News is about keeping teams, colleagues, members, partners in the loop with important news, announcements, stories that you kind of want to share. And in a hub, it's particularly powerful because it's not only surfacing news kind of coming top down from the sales division, but it's actually rolling up from all the associated sites. So for example, you see here, this article, Salesperson of the Month, is coming up from the lead site. If I look at the 6th article down below, it's coming from the Big Win site, and so forth. But it doesn't stop there. So if I click on Edit, obviously by default, when you make a site a hub, we automatically set it to roll up from all sites. But you can actually do some controlling about that. Now, I'm sure many of you are familiar with cases where, you might have a site that doesn't really publish the most interesting news, and so you kind of want to say, hey, thank you, but no thank you. And so you can now click here on Select Sites, and you can choose to say, hey, I don't want to feature news from, somebody who called this, let me see, Big Win site, and just like that, it kind of updates to reflect that it's no longer there. But it doesn't work just that way. So you can kind of pick and choose what sites should be rolling out, so you get that advantage of being able to kind of quiet down some sites that you don't want. The other thing is that's extremely powerful is that you can not only choose what sites from the hub, but you can also pick news from outside the hub. So in many cases, a personal example for me is I tend to stay pretty much internally we have a OneDrive and SharePoint divisional hub, and that's my party town. Like that's the place I spend all my time. But I like to see sometimes news from other places or from other parts of the division. So I can actually do a search here for news at Contoso, And just like that, I can bring in news from the organizational news feature we announced this week. And not only doesn't stop there, if I actually wanted to bring in news, say, from another hub, like Work at Contoso, I can do that too. And so now I have this amazing view of news coming from the hub with the sites that I either can have it by default or select specific sites, news, organizational news, as well as from other hubs as well. But yeah! Isn't that great? But wait, there's more. So the other thing that now you can do is, sometimes there comes a time where, there's either something time sensitive that you really want to push to your users and say, hey, I really want you to take care and listen to this news post. So now we also have pinning. And here's the great news. Pinning works with roll-ups as well. So as you can see here, you see that Work at Contoso article, that News at Contoso article, and just like that, you can pin it. And if you're using the Hub News layout, you get 12 spots, so that's even better. And here's another cool thing to also think about. I've got, even within Microsoft, some folks come up to me and say, I love this idea of roll-ups, but I'm a little bit nervous just letting every news post just magically show up there. I kind of want to control what shows up on my homepage. And for that, I say, well, you can always pin the first 6 articles and then let the others be dynamic, or you could pin all 12. And so again, it's really the flexibility you need that you can use to build whatever you want. And just like that, you can see that now these are pinned at the top, and I have that ready to go. Now, the other cool thing you can do is, in addition to doing that, it's not only on this view. If you click See All, you can also see, again, that same view repeated and continued to show all the articles that are part of this hub or that you've configured. But you can even do an email news digest that actually picks from all the sites. So at the end of the week or the beginning of the week, you can look back and find the most important articles that you kind of want to send to people. And now you can do that too. Click Next and send it on their way, and they'll get an email. Isn't that awesome? Yeah. See, you guys are fun. OK, so that's up for news, but it doesn't stop there. Now we have events as well. We've always had the events web part, but now it actually rolls up as well. And so you see here, we're getting this event from the lead site, this event from the Contoso outdoor gear sales, and this event also from the lead site. So it's, again, rolling up from the hub. But guess what? If you also want to do the same thing and bring in events from other sites, you could do this as well. You have the exact same options. Here, by default, all sites in the hub, but you can also select sites. So again, you have that control to have one hub, but pulling in information from others to make maximizing, like showing your users the most important stuff. And I know a lot of you were excited for the events web part because it was one of the top requested features when we first announced hub sites. Now, the next piece is sites. So one of the common requests I got from announcing hub sites last year is, hey, how do I view all the sites that are related to my hub? Now, there are 2 personas for that. There's the admin, and Sam's going to show you that. But for what about employees, kind of knowing, hey, what sites are part of my hub? And so for that, we have the sites web part, which is already available now, actually. And has the same configuration options. You can set it to roll up all sites in the hub, but it is also security trimmed, same as news and same as events. So I only see the sites that I have access to. And again, you could put it in the nav, or do like me, that if you notice here, I actually put a link to this site's web part, see all page, so that wherever users are, they could always go to the full list of associated sites. And last but not least, there is the popular documents, and this is the familiar highlighted content web part that, again, kind of lets you build the views that you need to really kind of show, hey, what are the popular documents, the trending documents, the most recent documents, and lets you kind of build your own configurable views around what you want. Now, I've been parting on this hub a lot, and I do want to switch over to another hub real quick, because I did want to show you search. So this is the Work at Contoso hub. And you'll notice immediately, as I put focus on it, I didn't even have to type anything. And already, what I call the query box, opens up and shows me news from this and associated sites, files, as well as some recommended sites. And if I type in benefits, same thing, it's expanding that search across this site and the others in the hub. And if I click enter, you'll notice here that this result is coming from benefits planning, this one's coming from the work site, and so same thing as well. So again, just highlighting how search is scoped to all the sites. And it's super easy for me to be like, hey, if I'm not finding what I'm looking for, I can upscope to at the SharePoint level, and then I'll return results from SharePoint Home and across all of SharePoint. And just so you know, if you're on a spoke site or associated site, you actually get the full breadcrumbs. So you can go from, if I was in the benefits planning site, I could go to the work, and then I could expand to the rest of SharePoint. That's all pretty cool, right? So the deck is not coming up.
And just
well, I'll keep going while Sam here. So to recap, you can view all associated sites using the site's web part, and we have that create site affordance that I showed you at the beginning. Roll-up of news, roll-up of news, events, and site and their activity to help your employees discover relevant content. I think is totally powerful. You can control what sources it rolls from, and you can pin the news that's most important to you. Now, Sam is going to walk through what you could use hub sites for and how to think about them.
all right, thank you. All right, so while he works on that, so one of the things that we have spent some time thinking about is what kind of site deserves to be a hub site. And so we really think about it in one of three different categories. The first one is major organization. So for us at Microsoft, that might be something like the SharePoint team, that might be the Xbox organization, and so on and so forth. So major divisional function. The second one might be geared around location. So maybe you have a regional office, EMEA, Asia, North America, et cetera. The third one, and this is the one that we're using most of all at this moment, is the major function. So in this bucket, you can throw in HR and IT, finance, and legal. So the idea there is that pretty much every site falls into one of those buckets, and we can kind of divide our sites that way. So the next slide, once we get it working, is discussing our strategy for upgrading hub sites. And so what I'll do maybe is I'll switch the order. I'll show you the demo of our internal environment while we work on the slides, and then I'll come back to the slide I was going to get to here in just a moment. So let's go over to my demo. And hopefully that comes up. Yay, all right. So here we are on MSW. So MSW is our internal corporate portal. It's run by our corporate communications department, and it's our vehicle for delivering news and events to our internal user base. Right now, I will say this is a site that's in development right now. We anticipate going live in the October timeframe as some of the features roll to our ring of deployment. First it goes through the product ring, then it gets to us, and then it starts going out to you guys in the first ring. So what you're seeing here is a nearly in production site called MSW. And first of all, you can see right at the top that big glorious mega menu. MSW told us they would not migrate to modern until they got mega menu. And you can see it's up, it's fast, it's working, it's glorious. Who doesn't like that? The next section, so they call it My Highlights, but this is actually just a news web part in disguise. So what this is doing is it's rolling up sites from across the various associated sites that makes up the MSW world. And when we go back to the slides, you'll kind of see how we're building out MSW in the new version. But you can see here, like these top 2 news stories are coming from MSW itself. So those are core area news, as well as these 2. There's a new site that they're building out right now that just went into production called Microsoft Story. And that's where we tell stories about how we as a company are making a difference in the world, through charity or other endeavors that the company takes on. We'll scroll down. I'll just show briefly our tagboard web part, an aggregation web part that pulls in content across various social media feeds. Events web part, we don't have the roll-up yet. I need that, Melissa. So hopefully we'll get that one soon. And then, of course, a glossary and a stock ticker. Very common things. I bet a lot of you have a lot of similar things on your own internal portals at your companies. Now, a couple other things that I'll show while we're vamping a little bit. So innovation is different. So this is actually part of the MSW Hub. I'll draw your attention to the fact that it's got the same mega menu and it's got a connection to the MSW Hub. But unlike MSW, it's already in production. You know, this is actually being hit. This is being linked to from the existing classic MSW. So users are actively using this now, and I'll describe how we're doing that here in just a second. And then finally, another associated site without showing you the hub site. This is an associated site connected to our internal IT portal. It's got the classic menu. They haven't switched over to mega menu on this one. But this one is also in production without the hub site being in production just yet. And so what's going on here? Let's go back to the slides and kind of discuss what's going on here, and let's see if it's coming up now. It is not coming up just yet.
Over to 7 then. We'll just display for mine. Do you want this one?
Yeah, we'll use this one. We're just a couple past this. All right, so what's our strategy? So before, MSW was your traditional site collection. You know, top-level site with a bazillion subsites underneath it. They use the various subsites for the major functions that every company would have around events and what have you, major initiatives. Now in our new design, you can see that we're building a rather thin core hub site that's going to serve as the primary landing page. And all those functions that used to be subsites are now being spun out into individual standalone sites. So things like the innovation site I was showing you just a moment ago, things like our CEO, leadership team, and so on. These are being built out as associated sites and attached and to the MSW Hub site. The events, news, and whatnot aggregates up to the top level site, so our users get the same sort of experience that they're used to in the old site, while we get improvements in permissioning. It's much easier for us to delegate out each one of these sites to individual teams who might be responsible for the content, rather than having to do breakaway permissions and the like. One of the things that all these sites have in common, and this will show a little bit more in the next slide, all these sites are one-way communications vehicles. This is a few to many environment where we're trying to send information from our corporate communications to the masses. So compare and contrast. So here's our CSE web. So this is our internal IT landing page, which is also under construction. This particular site is kind of similar. We've got a core landing page, which is going to be rather thin and really mainly a surfacing layer for the aggregated content. But like MSW, it's going to have the variety of additional associated sites that serve as the major landing pages for our employees. The common things that an IT site would have around, what is our collaboration, where they find information about collaboration, around OS, around security, and so on and so forth. Now, the difference in strategy that they're taking is you can see in yellow that we're allowing them to connect groups-based team sites there as well. So this is where an individual IT team might build a site for a particular project or initiative and be able to cut over in that way. And did we just cut over? Looks like it.
Yeah, we're just going to use my machine for now.
Okay, fair enough. We'll stick with that. So that's a little bit about the strategy.
I can be your clicker.
Okay, thank you. All right, so the purpose of this slide is to show a couple of the hub sites that are in production at Microsoft with customer-ready content. Not everything, I can't show you everything for obvious reasons. But the key here is, as of this morning, we've got 39 in-production hub sites up and running at Microsoft. We've got 8 more provisioned and ready for our major functions they're actually doing pilot testing, initial deployments and other work. And so right now, this is where we are in our deployment. So this is where I was going to do that demo. So let's move on. So in my demo, you saw that we had the top level hub site. We've got the associated sites that we're building out first. And why are we doing this? Well, one of the things that we think is a great win about hub sites is that it allows us to do migration in a much more gradual, much less intrusive, much less expensive way. So in the past, when we would do a major site upgrade, it would be an adventure where we would generally build out an entire site in parallel. That meant hiring up a big team, perhaps. That might mean a lot of double publishing, so we got trying to keep both sites live, maybe running some synchronization tools for the duration of the upgrade. So, in addition to that, we would have to, schedule the cutover for a weekend. So this would be a major Friday cutover. Maybe on Monday we come in and something's not working that we didn't catch and test. And so there's a lot of reactivity. It's a major cutover event, and it was really kind of difficult. So the hub site strategy we're using, and this is why I showed you those associated sites like Innovation and the CSEO site, is that in the new model, we're doing it in such a way that we gradually migrate all of our sites. Rather than try to do the whole thing at once, we're plucking the sub-sites off the vine. We're building them out as standalone associated sites. We're associating them to the hub site, therein migrating at a more gradual pace. And let's go to the next slide where we can see a little bit more about how we're doing that. So here's your standard site collection, just like I'm sure a lot of you have, with the main site at the top, lots of sub-sites underneath. So the first thing we do is we go ahead and provision a new modern communication site. Click. And so that will serve as the basis for our new site collection. And what do we go on? So the first thing we do is is it working now?
Yeah.
Fantastic. So the first thing we do is we install a redirect tool. So what I'll just do a little sidebar on this. We built a SharePoint extension. And this particular extension, for those of you who haven't built one yet, an extension is something that will execute on every page in your site. It's list connected, and there's 4 columns in that list. There's the source destination, the source site, the thing that the user was trying to get to. There's a destination site where we want to redirect them to. Is it on or off? And is it enabled for administrators? So the reason I mention this is we're building out our hub site last. And so we want any traffic that gets sent to that hub site to be resent over to our classic site for the duration of the migration. We do hope to share this in patterns and practices, so if you need a solution like this, hopefully we'll have it up there soon. All right, so back to the migration. Oh, sounds like they want it.
Yeah.
Okay, so David, if you're in here, that means we got to do it now. All right, so we established the new site, we set up the redirect, and now we proceed with our build. We configure the new hub site, the new modern site to be a hub site. The second thing we do is we connect our classic site, our classic publishing site that's in production right now, we connect that to the new hub site. Why do we do this? Because classic sites, number one, can be associated to a modern site. That's, if that's something you haven't experienced yourself, it's true. And that way we get the advantages of search aggregation. All the content on the old site shows up on the new one. So anyone who executes a query gets a query across all the content, both old and new. The next thing we do is we create the replacements. So these are the plucking the grapes from the vine. We build those standalone sub-sites, standalone associated sites, future associated sites. And then once the content is done, we cut over. And so we take those sites offline, we associate them to the new modern hub site, and bam, we've cut over. We've built a site with a minimum of user interruption. We've built a site with a minimum of cost, and it's actually pretty easy, and it's going really well so far. So to recap, what are we doing with going to modern? So number one, we're saving money because we're using fewer people to do it. Don't have to have that larger team to build out the site in parallel, handle all the double publishing, the migrations, the synchronization. We're easing transition pain for both our businesses and our users by doing it a little bit at a time. We are simplifying our permissions by having, rather than worrying about breakaway permissions and whatnot, each site is its own standalone entity, makes it very easy and very clear who should have access and how to manage that. And then finally, it's easing development. We are no longer bound to a situation where the major site is taken down due to a poorly done customization. If a badly done customization takes out an individual site, the rest of the items in the hub are intact. So that's a little bit about our strategy. So with that, let's switch over to a demo again. All right, so here we are, and I'll caveat, so I've switched to a demo environment instead of showing the live Microsoft environment because I didn't get clearance to show our admin center, which might have some product names in the site names and whatnot. So what we are, we're here in the admin center. And for those of you who, like me, are a tenant admin, you've probably seen the nag messages at the top to use the new modern admin center. Well, I'm here to tell you that it's gotten pretty good. It's actually very usable now. Now, one of the things that's really different is this new hub site association column that's now present in the modern admin center. You can come in here, you can sort. So for example, you can sort by the Contoso hub. You can see all the sites that are part of that hub. You could set filters. You could basically find whatever it is you need with respect to your hub sites. Now in this case, I'm going to go ahead and clear the association because we want to show something else. So the second thing that I'll draw your attention to, research, helps you can spell it right. So if we come in here, and I'll just choose this one. I'm not going to do it. But once we select a site, we've got this brand new drop-down available at the top of the admin center. This new, gives us two options. Number one, associate to a hub site. So if I pull that open, you'll see that from the admin center, I can go ahead and associate an individual site to a hub site. Now, I'm not going to do that here. Instead, Melissa's asked me to build a new hub site. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the right one. I'm going to double check the URL to make sure I'm grabbing the right one. And it's that one, the research and development site that I accidentally just clicked on. And I'm going to go back to the left. And I'm going to go ahead, and this time, instead of saying associate to a hub site, I'm going to go ahead and convert this to a hub site directly from within the admin UI. Yeah. No more drudgery in PowerShell. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and set this as the research hub site. We'll hit save. And that's taking place. So here's the site I just hubified. If I go ahead and hit refresh, you'll see that this has cut over and is now a hub site. You can see the new hub site nav has kicked in, and we are now hubified thanks to the new admin panel. All right. So with that, I think, since we're a little out of order, we'll go back to the deck.
Yeah. Right.
All right, back to Melissa. Oh, no, sorry. Yeah. This is me still. Sorry, everyone. We're a little out of sync because of the deck problem. All right, so one of the questions that comes up all the time, especially given the limit, which was first at 50, and for those of you who don't already know, we've raised that limit up to 100. It's still a precious commodity, especially if you're a very large organization. So how are we handling it? Now, this isn't me telling you how to do it. This is one IT department saying how we do it, and maybe that gives you some ideas, but our approach is this. Number one, we have already hub-enabled a site for every major function. So whether it's in production or not, each of our major functions like HR, IT, legal, and so on, all have a hub site already. The second thing is we've built sites for major divisions. Now, for us, the cutoff here was kind of the corporate vice president or higher. Now, of course, the joke here internally is at Microsoft, we've got 200 plus CVPs. And so, Melissa, you need to give me more, and soon. But anyway, that's kind of our second bar. Our litmus test is this for a CVP or higher level org? Now, the third one is sort of my escape hatch. Now, a team, if they come to me and they have a committed plan, Sam, by God, we're going to build this site. We've already lined up our first 20 hub sites, associated sites, and they have a committed plan in place, I will let that through too. Basically, I just raise the bar and make them prove that they're going to make good use of the site, and I'll allow them in. Now, that has the side benefit of getting Melissa and team all the testing coverage that they need. So that's a little bit about our process. So questions we're hearing, and I thought maybe some of you are hearing them too, so let's talk about them. So first of all, association on your hub sites does not change permissions. So a lot of people say, hey, if I associate to that subsite, is all my secret content going to float up? And the answer is no, with an asterisk, as you can see in the slide. So it is possible that, especially in the new site design structure, you can actually change the permissions now. For example, you can automatically, as part of the site design, add an owner to the associated site on attach. But nothing inherently about the site association process will change permissions. The second one is all information on the that is ACLed down on the associated sites will not be displayed if it has more restrictive ACLs. That is to say, nothing that the user doesn't already have the rights to see will show up in the aggregation parts. And finally, the question that I think a lot of you have been pestering Melissa about is, right now, hubs don't nest. Everything is one level. One hub site to one layer of associated sites, and each associated site can currently only be associated to one hub site, two sides of that same coin. Now, the thing I do want to insert here is that last bullet. The hub site is implemented as a managed property called organization ID. So if you're clever, if you have a good dev, if you really have a need to build a solution that maybe spans multiple hub sites, you want to build your own super hub or aggregate content across more than one hub for reasons that maybe the news aggregation web part just can't do, you could build a solution that uses that organization ID to return content from multiple hubs. And that's something we're working on right now. All right, so the last of this kind of slide. So what are the controls? So like you guys, I'm responsible for the SharePoint deployment at Microsoft. And so leaks and that sort of thing are definitely things that we take seriously. The first thing is hub site creation is definitely an IT-controlled action. No one can create a hub site without IT being involved, either via the admin UI or PowerShell. The second thing is, that allows us to prevent proliferation, to make sure our hub sites don't get used up before I get to the folks that we want. Hub sites can be scoped. So the second piece is you saw the drop-down with the list of hubs in it. That will only show the user the hubs that they have access to join. So, if during the provisioning operation, something that's presently possible in PowerShell, and by the time we release the admin UI will be present in the UI as well, you can set scoping down to an individual user or via a group. Now, I personally prefer to use a group because then they don't have to come back to me later to change the scoping. But the point is you can scope who can see that in their dropdown. Now, the most important one, the one that's closest to Melissa's heart, is we're adopting a hub before you sub approach. So one of the controls that we got just recently in the product is the ability to independently control who gets subsites on classic sites and whether they can create subsites on modern sites. So we've left it on for classic sites. We've disabled subsite creation on modern sites in order to encourage hub site adoption internally. And I'm sure there's some questions about that, but we'll take those after. All right. And one more, and then we'll go back to the demos. Come on, is it not moving on?
No, it's demo
All right.
time.
All right, so with that, let's hand back to Melissa.
Okay, hold on. Oh, we're already here. Okay, sorry. Realized that my computer's the one that's on. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to show you, you saw Sam made the research site a hub through the new Admin Center, which got applause. I'm very excited. So I'm going to show you how fast and easy it is to set up your hub site. Oh, let's try that again. Hold on. Okay, so I will not be showing you on that site, so I'm going to go ahead and head to another site. So what I wanted to build was this research and development site. And as you can see, so he made it into a hub, and the moment that he made it into a hub, you get that hub nav. Editing the hub nav is super easy. You can click here on edit, and you'll get the links. Oh, no. Try one more thing. There we go. That looked promising. Okay. I'm going to try one more time the other one. So I want to show you guys. If not, we'll skip to the other one. Let's do this. Oh, come on. Okay, I'm just going to show it here then. Okay, so this is the research development site, and you click Edit, and you're able to see the nav. Okay, so I won't be able to show you how to edit the nav.
Who wants to show them in the Microsoft environment?
Oh, yes.
Why not? Do it on a live site.
Yeah.
Demo, live demo.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Now I'm like super excited because like I don't get access to like it's the MSW portal, right? All Microsoft employees see this.
All right.
The power. Okay, hold on. Let me
Let's
switch.
over. No one will notice. It's 6 a.m. in
Oh my
Redmond.
God. Should I put my name up in the nav so Satya sees it? Come on. That'd be, like, what should I abuse this power for? Now I don't know what to do. Okay. Oh, sorry.
You cannot put your GoFundMe in the nav.
Yeah, I'm even red. Like, I'm like, oh, the power. Okay.
Serenity now.
And the best part is I'm signed in as him. So if when we audit, it's not me, right? So, okay, this is working out pretty good, I must say so. Okay, anyway, so you click on Edit. And you can see here all the nav that's kind of listed for you. So I'm going to go ahead and add a link, because why not? And click on Add, and let me see. So I'm going to be totally and put a link to my own division, ODSP, which is another hub, because, like, why not? Although I should have put it to just me, but anyway. You know, representing. And right now, the Connect, I can promote sublink, or I could leave it as is. Let me kind of leave it as is so you guys see that. Click Save. Oh my God, look, it's there. But now that I have this power, I must abuse it. And so I'm going to go ahead, you know, white is a nice look, but I'm gonna put some color. Oh, the brand people.
You're going to love it.
We have an entire brand set, so, oh. Okay, hold on. I'm going to put strong emphasis. Oh! Okay, so just like that, you can theme your hub. Can I apply it?
Go ahead.
He's starting to get nervous. And just like that, I set up the nav, I set up an emphasis. I wanted to update a logo for the hub nav, and so the way that you do that is you go through here, the hub site settings, and if you click on that, you can upload an image. I don't know what he has as a machine, so just in case, I'm not going to do that, but that's how you get, right? So, yeah, that thing's going to pop open, and you never know. So I'm not going to do it, but you kind of follow along what would happen there. And, ooh, sorry, I just noticed that they have this. The other thing I was going to show was how easy it is to set up web parts. And I was actually going to build the home page of what I would do.
That's not in production yet. You can do just the home page.
Okay.
No, you can. Go ahead.
I can? Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay, so here we go.
These people are worth it. Okay.
See, this turned out great to have like the Microsoft guy here with me. Anyway, so you can do news like he's showing, which is kind of doing the roll up. But remember that you could always also set up. Let me do this. This just kind of do it up here. What I wanted to show is you could always set up, which I think is a very popular option, to set up a news web part. That's, you know, news from your leaders, and it's rolling up link. It's rolling up the news from this site. It may be using the sexy carousel, and then you could do one that's like news, and pick the one that works. Here we go. Pick a list and have this be, you know, all sites in the hub, except for the MSW one. So you don't get that, and you get the others. And so the point is, like, you could really build the home page to kind of have the things that you want. And if you have wanted that separation of not just having one web part, and you can kind of make it look good too. So here's like 3. And you also have section backgrounds, although you don't have those yet here.
No, we don't have it in this.
Not
in this memory yet.
But the point is, you know, I showed you just the most basic kind of suggested hub site homepage in the previous demo, but you could kind of make it your own, and you can leverage these web parts and configure them differently to have, you know, at the very top a news from the hub site itself, and then at the bottom have news from the other sites in the hub, or have a third web part that's like news from the organizational news. So you can really build a homepage of kind of your dreams now with all the brand new features that we have.
And you can tell that we didn't plan to do the demo this way because you can see my little test item, Great Greek Restaurant Found. I'm sorry, I can't tell you where that is.
We should go after Greek after this. So the next thing that I wanted to show you, let me see if I can get this working again. Hold on. Okay.
You'll need to switch back.
Could this be a good sign? Okay. Thanks for your patience, guys. But I got to edit so that's my highlight right there. What I should have done was put like a link where someplace they wouldn't have found it. And see if when they actually go live, it's there. Okay, so I'm switching over to the Research Hub. It's got it working now, yay. And so the next thing that I wanted to kind of cover is, so you set up your hub nav, you make it a hub, you set up your homepage, you're ready to go, right? No, there's 2 steps missing. The first step is hub site designs. And so let's switch over and talk a little bit about that, because I kind of owe an explanation of what those are, and then I'll jump into a demo. So site designs enable you to apply a consistent set of actions on a site, so you can really think of them as a template. It consists of 2 components, site scripts, which you can think of as the set of actions that are going to take place on the site, like adding a logo, adding a link to the site navigation, creating a list. The site design is, think about it as the container for the site scripts. You can have one or multiple. When you attach a site design to a hub, whenever a site joins the hub, we apply that site design. And so this is how you set up a common site structure, or kind of what I call like information architecture on your sites for all the sites in your hub, so you can have them all have the exact same list. So before I jump into the demo, I'm going to show you the script that I'll be applying. So this is what a script,
I'll cut over.
No, it's on this. Sorry that I missed that. Slide 7. No, we're staying at 7.
7?
Yeah. Is that now busted? Okay.
All right.
There we go. So this is what a script looks like. For the Research Hub, my script is going to be doing a couple things. So first, it's going to create a list called projects, research projects, where each of the research owners for their sites can manage their own. There's going to have consistent capture of metadata across all of them. Also, I want to make it super easy for others to have access to this associated sites, so I'm going to add a security group to it. And I don't like seeing empty logos, so it's also gonna add a logo to the site. So let me jump right into the demo and show you how it's done. Okay, so for this, we're gonna trust open PowerShell. And the first thing you're gonna wanna do is, I'm gonna cheat by copying the command so we're quicker, is kind of upload the site design script. So there that goes. The second thing you wanna do is set the site script. So I'm gonna do that too. And you can see it's pretty fast. And then the last thing I wanna do is set up the site design. And so just like that, that's gonna get done. And then the fourth step is to actually attach the site design to the hub. Now you could do this through PowerShell, or you could open the hub site settings And now you see this option here called Site Design Applied to Associated Sites. And so I can pick the one that I just updated, which is called R&D Hub Site Design Trial. So I'm going to pick that one up and click Save. And just like that, it's ready to go. Now, since I got this back working, I really quickly, I love color, so you know, okay. So now, do you guys want to see the site script in action? Yes, yes, let's do it. Create site, pick com site. I'm going to, innovative, let's create one that's real, partnerships, 2, just to throw that in there, real. Click finish. It's going, bam, again. And just like that, you see the site design and it getting applied. But before we do that, you see, again, the nav that I showed you before. You see the innovative partnerships there. And if I refresh, you'll notice that the logo got changed. But you'll also notice research project. And the theme didn't get applied. I'm not going to walk over that. But just ignore that for now, since we're having kind of demo issues. But the point is, it's there. But before I click on research projects and show you that, I did want to show you a couple more things. So remember that my script was going to add a security group to the visitors group? Here it is. So it added the principal research as a visitor to this site. So again, ensuring that all the associated sites have access. And in case you didn't know, you can click on Site Designs here, and I'll actually show you, this is the new Site Designs panel that'll actually break down and show you all the things that ran on the site design. And so here's your list of research projects, adding it to the nav, adding the principal, and updating the logo. And the awesome piece about this is that if you click on Available Site Designs, you can also apply other site designs that are available. But by default, the fact of joining this hub will automatically carry those actions. So pretty cool, right? Yeah. OK. So you're probably, here is the list of, the full list of site script actions that you can take advantage of today. I've highlighted in orange the ones that I use just to show you, and some of the ones that I recommend. Things like regional settings, the logo, the principal to the group, the nav link. You can also do SPFX custom solutions, which I know Sam's probably going to plan to do, use some of that. And so I really recommend that you kind of take a look at this, because I think it's super cool. And again, it will let you kind of structure your sites the way you want them to. Now, I said there was 2 steps to finish. Site designs was first. Here's a quick recap kind of what we talked about. The second one is hub join approvals. And for this, I'm just going to show you a quick demo. So let me collapse that. OK, so I'm going to go back to my research hub. And so as Sam mentioned before, you can definitely scope hubs. And what that does is you can control who has access to join the hub. But there are cases where you have a very sensitive hub, like MSW, or HR, where you still kind of want to provide this extra level of control of what sites should be actually part of your hub. To do that, we totally recommend using hub join approvals. And it's super easy to set up. So here, I'll go back to hub site settings, where you might have seen it before. And you'll see this option to require approval for sites joining the hub. So if I click on required, I can now create an approval flow. So I'm going to click that. And we are using the full power of Microsoft Flow to enable this. And so this is the flow name. And I'm going to go ahead and mark myself, in this case, Patty, as the approver, and get that created.
And what's great about this is the flow is something you can modify. So if you want to add additional steps to email someone, write a value to a list, whatever you want to do, this isn't out of the box only. You can take it a little bit further.
Yeah. So just like that, your flow is created. So let's see a site join it. So here's the case studies that is going to be joining. Let me open Outlook so you'll see the process coming forward. But before we get that, okay. So here's case studies. That is the site that's going to be joining the Research Hub. And so I'm going to go join the hub, go to Site Information. And here I see. And I'm going to go ahead and pick Research. And notice here that immediately you see the sign, an approval is needed before your site gets connected, so expectations are set with users. And if I click Save, wait for it, it's going to open up a little message, and I'm going to say, hey, please give me access.
In front of everyone at Ignite, please.
That's right. I should put that. And I'm going to go ahead and click Submit. And that's going to go. And if I go back to Site Information, it immediately shows you in the Hub Site Association that there is a request already pending. Now, if I move over to Mail, remember, in this case, I'm also Patty. I get an email that says, hey, there you go, that I have a site pending approval. And I can review it. I can visit it and be like, yeah, this is good. They should have access. And so I'm going to go ahead and approve. And I can even put, or reject and put a reason why. But I'm going to go ahead and click Submit. And just like that, it's that easy to approve. And if I go back to the site, cancel out of that, and I refresh, drum roll, whoa! Just like that, it immediately joined. And I actually had a site design running for this hub. So there you go. There's the logo that got added to this site. And I believe this one has, if I go to the site design again, you can see all the things that got added through the site design as well. So that's Hub Join approvals for you. There we go. So to recap, you'll soon be able to create an approval flow using Microsoft Flow. We're going to provide one for you out of the box, which is the one that I showcased. But to Sam's point, you'll be able to customize your flow to meet whatever need you need. You can scope hubs to a specific set of people anyway. So this is more for those that are trying to provide extra level control. Or if you are open organization and are OK people joining any hub as long as you approve it, it'll work for those use cases too. Hub site owners create their flows. Site owners submit and get notification. I didn't show you, but you ask the site owner who submitted the request. You get an email back letting you know that your site was actually accepted into the hub.
Great. All right, so that's awesome. That's something we're rolling out internally. Let's talk about one more really important thing. So do we have any folks experimenting with multi-geo, maybe early adopters? Very cool, very cool. So one of the things you might have seen in my initial slide where I talk about the size and shape of Microsoft is that we have a multi-geo environment. So we have 3 environments dedicated to our end users. One in EMEA, one in Asia, and of course the North America farm. And then we actually have one additional farm where the product team does its development work. Now, one of the things that maybe if you're in a multi-geo environment or you're considering one is, does the hub site thing work across multi-geo? And the answer is yes. The hub site feature is multi-geo ready. And you can see in a situation like this where we've got a site on the Microsoft EUR farm, which is where our European farm is located, it can associate across the world. And rather than just talk to it, let's show you one last demo. All right, so we're going to switch over to my machine. And so what you're seeing here on the screen right now is this Norway sales team. If you look very carefully at the URL, it says Contoso Energy EUR. I actually don't have any sites in my European sub that I can show you. So we're going to use the demo environment. And the concept here is the Norway sales division has been reorged. They are now under a team in North America. And so it's time to update their hub site association. So what we can do is we can come in here into the site information panel. We can pull down, and instead of being associated to the European legal hub, now we're going to switch them over to the sales at Contoso hub. It'll give you a little warning, and then it'll execute. It'll execute. And bam, you see that the nav has updated. It's taken on the characteristics of the new North America site that's the parent. the hub site for this associated site. And just like that, as Melissa would say, we are live cross-region, so you can make hub sites work to whatever your organization design would need. So let's go back to the deck, which is on 7 now. Yeah. All right, so best practices. So what are some of the things we've learned about our deployment so far that maybe would help you as you're embarking upon yours? Is it coming up?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So number one, consider enabling self-service if you haven't already. In order to get around the concerns that you might have around this, you could consider using governance tools. You could change your default site design to take certain steps to make sure that it has the things in place that you would want. Now, while you can hubify a group-based team site, we tend to recommend communication sites. We find that they're a much better landing page aggregation point as a many-to-many sort of an organization. Specify site owners who are allowed to join the hub. So this is scoping. That'll limit who can see the available sites in the dropdown. To ensure consistency, make sure that you're using site designs, use a common look and feel, and that'll also help you make sure you have a common nav and structure across all your sites. And finally, use hub sites to enable discovery. By having your sites all together, it'll allow the people in the division to see all the other sites and find perhaps things that they didn't know that their peers had going on in other site collections. So one more question that comes up a lot. Should I have one hub site for my entire organization? And the answer is maybe. So it depends. So for a company like Microsoft, we've got 250,000 sites. It just doesn't scale that way, and that's probably not a good idea, even if we wanted to. Now, for us, it made much more sense to have individual hub sites representing organizations, functions, locations, et cetera. Now, it could be that if you're a small to medium-sized business, this is something you could consider, and I know a lot of companies have already been doing this. The thing I'll leave you with is this. As you saw, hub sites are flexible. Nothing is permanent. If you take some time, think about your plan. If one hub site seems to make sense for you, start that way. And then you can always provision additional and reassociate your sites later. So that's one of the great features of the hub site feature, is it's not a permanent feature of your hub site landscape. Great. So we're in the home stretch. The summary.
Yeah. So just to summarize, use hub sites as a tool to modernize your intranet. It's really about the way that you can organize in the future, and this is what we're suggesting. Think about it. Users decide the sites to create by enabling self-service, but hub owners decide the navigation, the theme, the site designs that get applied, but IT ultimately decides, hey, what are the right hubs that get created, really because they're in the best position to think about from across your organization, how many hubs you should have, and what is the right level of hubs that need to be created. So here, there we go. So in thinking about hey, where are we headed in hub sites in terms of our roadmap? So releasing now, we increased in August, at the end of August, the hub limit from 50, which was the number we had when we released in May to general availability, to 100. Yeah! Releasing pretty much now to targeted release is the hub site design. So please use it and give us feedback and let us know what you guys think. In terms of end of 2018, I'm very excited for this, but we'll have the creative managing of hubs through the admin center, so you won't have to use PowerShell. Hub support multi-geo, approval for site association, so those hub join approval I just showed. Also, the new mega menu layout in the hub navigation, and the event roll-ups, which I know you're very excited about. When we talk about where we're headed for the first half of 2019, we're definitely going to continually improve on the size of hubs that we support, because as you heard from Sam, even to support Microsoft, we need to increase it. We're also kind of starting to look at, you saw the footer at the site being announced, and we definitely want to grow that to be a hub level. And then we also announced audience targeting and navigation that will not only be in the site navigation, but hopefully in the hub as well. And last but not least, in terms of, whoa, top of mind, and these are just things that we're starting to think through what we do next, are things like really improving hub metadata, thinking about hub level policies, global nav and footer, which Andy Hayon talked about yesterday in his session, and Sam mentioned it before, multi-parenting. So this idea of a site belonging to multiple hubs is something that we've gotten a request for, and so we're thinking about, and nested hubs is another one that we're kind of thinking about. So I have a bunch of resources for you guys to take advantage of. There is a hub sites overview that talks about the feature in general, but the one that I really recommend is the hub site planning guide. So it's really useful, kind of captures all the information we talked about today. There's also, if you're kind of in classic and want to think about how to move to modern, there's great guidance now on how to do that on that link. If you want to learn more about site designs and site scripts, since you weren't able to attend the other session because you attended this Rockstar session, thank you. I've included the links that they were going to give you anyway. And if you want to learn more about how Microsoft IT does it, there's is it a white paper?
That's a white paper that we released based on our learnings as of this spring. We are actually going to update it to include the hub site guidance here next month. So go ahead and hang on to that link, and you'll see that it's actually useful now, I think, I hope, because I wrote it. And then I'll be updating it next month.
And obviously, the next slide is just some sessions that you can look forward to that have stuff related to hubs. So you could take advantage of. And last but not least, don't forget to evaluate our session and hopefully give us good feedback. So that should be in your apps. And we also want to hear from you if you have feedback on SharePoint features. Please also kind of take this survey. If you have to choose between one or the two because I'm asking for too much from you, review the session. But if you can do both, we would be incredibly grateful. So thank you guys so much.
And if you have any questions, we'll use the remainder of the time to take any questions you might have. Please come to a microphone so it gets recorded. And I will also promise to stay after in the hallway after we get kicked out as long as anyone has any questions. So please come to the microphone if you do have a question.
There we go.
All right, so over here is the first person.
Like what the script is, script description.
Yeah.
The multilingual features.
Okay, yeah, that's totally fine.
I'm sorry?
Yeah, and I can send you the script, too.
I wanted to ask about the multilingual features. Since you're talking intranet, for example, for my organization, it's impossible to use SharePoint right now with the modern because we have at least 4 languages requirement. So what is your solution, plans, anything? Because they're going to Sitecore, basically.
Multi-language in...
Yeah, that's something that we're definitely starting to look at.
I didn't hear anything about it. Nobody's talking about it, so it feels like you guys don't.
So you should check out Andy Hayon had a session yesterday at 9 a.m. You should look at the recording of that.
Go to all of them.
Sorry?
I couldn't go to all of them.
Oh, okay. If you want, I can try to give you the breakout number, if that would be helpful. I believe they talked about it in terms of the roadmap of how it's definitely something that's top of mind for us.
Yeah, well, let's see. Thank you.
Thank you. How about over here?
Yeah, one of my questions was around associating a single site to multiple hubs, and it seems like that's on the roadmap for 2019. Is that correct?
No.
That's something she's thinking about.
Nope.
Oh, that's on the top of them.
Convince her.
Yeah.
10 seconds,
yeah,
go.
because I think it would make a lot of sense if we have hubs created based on our platform or business line or business unit, what have you. Maybe a single site should be associated to different hub sites. So that's a good thought.
So that's a vote for multi-association for you.
Yeah. No, it's definitely become a very common ask. It's not a very simple solution, to be honest, because you have to think about, right now, hubs are a two-way relationship, right? And so what is it about? What side do you get the theme from? What side do you get the navigation from? What side do you get permissions? Yeah. So those are the kind of complications that I have to kind of think through. So that's why it's, like I mentioned, top of mind, no commitment whatsoever on when we're looking to deliver that, or if we will deliver that. It's just right now, it's definitely at the top of my mind.
Right. And talking about permission, my second question was that, for example, HR has a number of sites. You know, a public-facing site, a team-facing site, maybe a restricted site, just for the leadership. If they want all of those sites to be associated to a single hub, say HR, my question is if the policy in that hub site is to inherit a single security group, you know, that may be a problem for a secured site because that site may not want that security group to be part of that. Do you guys have a way around that? Maybe, you know, we shouldn't set a policy for that group to be inherited?
So right now what we showed is not about setting up a policy, it's setting up a site design that gets applied. In that case,
that's what I meant.
Yeah, I just want to make super clear.
Sure, yeah.
On the site design, yes, right now there's no control, like it gets applied to every joined site, but you could choose to either not apply, like you could choose to not have site designs used for that hub if you're that concerned about permissions and manage it some other way.
Well, either that or you could just leave that step out.
Exactly.
And
like
have people do that manually.
Exactly.
Right, because even if we are adding it in, you know, the person who's adding their site,
right,
you know, they don't know what is going to be applied, you know.
Correct. Well, they can see it through what you saw in the site designs panel. They can go, and we're definitely looking at when site designs get applied, letting the site owner see, hey, this happened as part of your site.
Click here to see.
Yeah, and also when you join a hub, there's going to be some messaging that says, hey, you're joining this hub, and you know, FYI, your theme's going to change. You're going to get the nav, and you might get some actions applied to you. And they could always check at the site design panel and see what actually happened to their site, so they have a way to undo it if they want to.
Got it.
So you have that level of control.
Okay.
And ultimately, I know it's hard to say when you've only got 100. If it's really, really a secure situation, you could set up a second hub. You know, you could. It's not great, but you know that might be the way we do it. In fact, we've done it on one of our internal hubs for that very reason.
Yep. Okay. Thank you so much.
Of course.
Thank you.
This way.
Hi. Thanks for the great session.
Thank you.
So we just migrated from SharePoint 2013 to Office 365 for SharePoint Online.
That's great.
All our content. So my question is, if we need to use these hub sites and the communication sites, right? Do we need to remigrate all our content to these new communication hub sites within SharePoint Online?
Well, depends on your structure. If your site is a classic site and if you're talking about subsites, then that's a different. They're all root site collections.
Yeah, we're all.
Then you don't have to migrate them. What I would suggest you do is, if you have a classic site collection, you can, and I don't mean to. This is going to sound like you can groupify it. Which what it'll do is it'll give you a modern homepage and it'll give you a modern site, and then you can hubify it. And so that's why, and that's how you kind of get it into the modern world with both groups and hubs.
Okay.
So that's what I would suggest. If you were in the situation where you actually migrated and you have subsites, that would be a different answer.
We changed the architecture.
Yeah, oh, great for you. Yeah, so I would definitely recommend that the next step you do is groupify those sites so that you take full advantage of modern. Groupify is a team site action, though. It doesn't convert into a communication site. But even kind of moving to a modern team site, you almost get all the, you get a lot of the benefits from communication sites. It's the permission management that's a little bit different. So that might be I would say maybe some of your sites you'll have to kind of figure out that nuance. But for the most part, I think it'll be useful for you.
We do get all the roll-ups and all those, right?
Yeah, so you actually can you can actually associate classic sites to a hub. And you'd get the roll-ups and everything. We don't block that. We don't make it a modern only. The thing that doesn't get applied is, for example, if you're on a classic site and you join it to a hub, the stuff is rolling up, but you don't get the hub navigation. You don't get those kind of UI features. So another approach you can take is, if you're not really sure which site should be, like what you want to do, you can create a hub. The hub should be a modern site, though. I really, really recommend that. And then connect your classic sites to the hub. And then, take your time to then transition those classic sites into modern.
Okay. Thank you.
Of course.
Great. And what I will say, everyone who has questions, We'll meet you in the hall. They're kicking us out.
Oh, okay.
I will stay as long as there's questions, so we're not going to not answer your questions.
Slides. Can you flip back just to that slide?
And so we'll see you out in the hallway in just a second.
Sessions?
Thank you very much for coming.
The other ones, just real quickly.